Hello and welcome to Sonny. We are in the special zone, which is called the Infinity Valley of Illusions. Now, there are only 4 fights to this, but they are boss fights and they are all very hard. I have, as you can see, acquired some stuff, and that is because this zone has not 1, not 2, but 3 stores, because the maximum one store apparently can hold is 10. Here we have class-specific gear. So Destroyer, Guardian, we got Assassin, and we got Gunslinger. Now, as a Destroyer, I will obviously be using Destroyer stuff. Now, you might also notice we now have a full roster of 6. And that means that we also have extra characters, and it already equipped one of them, Amber, an assassin. It's not the most optimal gear for her. Like, this would probably go better on Takeo, so let's actually just give him that. So here is the downside to having 6 party members. Well, 4, 5 technically. You cannot level them up outside of combat. So if you want a really powerful one, take that, run with it. You also notice they start without any gear. That's gonna make this a little harder. So what do we want in a third team member? We have healing in form of Qa'Rajh and debuffing. We could do with more damage. Speed is also good, so Amber might actually be a great choice here. Let's try and see if we can face down a boss battle. Ignition. Yes, that's the downside to the assassin. It's very fast, but does not have any health to speak of. The thing is also that healing is basically not going to be very useful. But it would have been a little more useful than that. So this is going to be a tricky fight now, because we don't have a third member. The downside to the assassin is obviously the less amount of hit points. And as this guy's name is suggests, he is very much fire-based. So if you had something that... we're covering 1,000. So this is one of the guys I was talking about. If you can use the skill called I think it's called Subversion, you can basically turn this guy into a dead man within very few turns. Like within one run of this. I don't have that, so the best I can do is de-spell it. But another thing is, his fireballs, they stack. So this is a very, very tough fight, even at this level. What level is he actually at? Let's see, he is level 15, so he is above what I am. Which isn't great, but I mean, I can't really do anything about it other than like hitting him. You'll also see that Qa'Rajh is carrying the Paladin's sword and the Paladin's helm, and that is because both give lightning piercing, and one of them also gives like 600 in one skill. I don't remember what it is, but like that is quite a lot. So he only basically has 2 attacks. The fireball and the skill that allows him to regain 1,000 hit points per turn. So because it always starts, unless he can, we can get him below past 1,000 hit points, like this, almost. His healing 1,000 hit points is basically meaning that he is like, because he will always trigger the first one. You usually have to stop it before or after, or set up the subversion to get that to work. Yeah, Qa'Rajh is on a bit of a... Oh, what is that? Fate. Oh, I forgot he had that. Yeah, so he just had an ability that straight up can kill you. Just like that. That is, quite frankly, bullshit. But this is where you really need skills like I can debuff my friends. I can't do that, so I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, 8,571. Ugh. I don't think I can win this fight on my own. As much as I'd like to say that, I just don't think that's possible. Especially not if we cast this on me as well. Well, you're not going to enjoy it standing. Ow. So we are definitely not leveled for that. Okay. Let's try... So we got regular training fights, but we also got special fights. Special training is scaled with you, so it will always be... We are currently level 13, so we will get an enemy at level 13. That also means that the experience gain and the monetary gain from it is always scaling up, so you're always getting what would be an equivalent to a fight of that level. Where to the training fight is not scaled to your level. So let's take a training fight first. Illusion at level 13. That's still powerful guys indeed. Let's get you out of the picture. If we can. I think they have a mixture of both physical and... Oh, that's stupid. She's not fast enough to avoid that. See, if all three of them had cast Shattered, we would have been in trouble if they had hit all three of us. But instead, we were the stupid ones who cast Breaking twice on this guy, rendering one of them completely pointless. I don't believe they have a lot of speed of healing abilities. Nor defensive abilities. I think they're basically just all-out damage, but like a lot of types of damage. Like you can see they do fire, they do ice, they do blood, they do wounding, they do sundering. They have unfortunately, a very mixed bag of a lot of unpleasant things for me. But, Qa'Rajh? No, that's the wrong option. She's dead. Almost guaranteed. Ooh, you have re-energize. And you have a healing. Okay, well that means that they all have healing. You do not get focus back, no. Do you have some sort of healing ability as an assassin? I doubt it. I think you're all out offense. Oh, breaking. Good, good, that works. That means that I can break the next one, and I could also break him and make sure that he takes the extra damage. Her speed needs to be raised, but that will be done through buying the equipment mostly and leveling her up. I'm not entirely sure I want to go with her for the final fights. Like, having her is good, but I think having more chances of debuffing is just better. Oh, come on! Oh, that is a mistake. Pure healing I can't do anything about, but if you put a buff on him, then I can very much kill you. Hopefully. Oop. Speed is increased by 500%. Sometimes you actually gain enough speed to... Are you serious? You're wasting all your focus on this guy. Well, I've used both of my electro bolts, so we're just waiting until it gets back. Twats. How? You have increased speed. That is your main skill. How did that happen? These guys are not fast. How? How much does he get back? 27. Okay, that's not too bad. But we were so close to having him killed. At least the speed means you won't get hit, so that's something. I still don't understand how you didn't hit. What is that? Shielded from damage. So that would actually stop Fate, like the one, because when it comes down to it, this player is going to die is just a very heavy attack. Like it deals like 9,000, 8,000 damage, which is more than enough to kill a player character. Shielded, yeah, but you still get the effect. So it would actually work against those kinds of things. Oh, there goes the speed and this should bring him. So the assassin is definitely very good. If they use that speed ability, you can get a lot of damage out of them. Like that is a very useful skill. The downside, you have to try and keep them alive. If you can keep them alive, they are really good. So as it is, our assassin, whose main stat is speed, is currently our slowest person. But this was really efficient because we basically made both of them inert. And then we didn't hit. Oh, great. Yes, what I usually do is that in playthroughs I would go back. You can get the entire set for the paladin, and oh, that is annoying. I can only remove one of them because my Electrobolt isn't updated. But hopefully someone else can. Not that guy. Unfortunately, it's not always that they know who to hit and who not to hit. Oh, we'll put some bleeding on you. This fight is basically won. It's merely just a matter of... Stop! You have Stop! Oh no! Why are you suddenly being stupid? Well, more stupid than usual. I honestly didn't expect Amber to do this well. I mean, yeah, she is obviously still alive, and her relatively high speed is good, but unfortunately her low health means that she can't take a lot of hits before she is dead. And that is a problem. Obviously. So the best way to do it, to be sure that you can compete against Ignition, to be really clear, Ignition is just the first. The bosses afterwards, just as hard, if not harder. Like Ignition is just the first step, and yeah, he's definitely not easy. Especially that Fate ability. Like, one thing is that he can up his own strength. Okay, that can be debuffed, but debuffing allies is a much rarer thing. Like, it just doesn't happen all that often. What we mainly need is to buy equipment for all of these extra people. Stop with the double shields. It sucks. Paradox, would you please? Thank you. Alright, just one fool left, and he has just used his shielding ability on someone else. Death to you! Well, almost, but... Paradox? No. Amber? Sure. No! Well, then it's me! Because it's not Paradox, that's for sure. Plunk! Ooh! Ghost Medallion. Looks pretty. So now I can actually get my endurance. The question is, should I go towards subversion already? It's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 more levels. Which would mean that we'd have to grind until we get that in order to even have a chance. And even then, that's not guaranteed. Because we also need to keep our party alive. Like, making him damage himself is funny, and it works. It's not that. But yeah, I think that is the way to go, because he is the first boss. Now, we got a ghost medallion. That is, it looks pretty, and it is valuable. 500. I think I'd want to get gear for myself first, like keeping me alive. And we want a full set, basically, so might as well do that. The prime weapon for Destroyer, called Destruction, is 4,000, and the only thing that is that valuable. The thing about that is, Destroyers are also the only class that doesn't have a secondary weapon. I don't know if there is a secondary sort of non-classed weapon. I don't remember it if there is. Reckoning could do as a basic weapon for anything, but like it's only half as good as Destruction for obviously double the price, so that price actually makes sense. I think it makes more sense to just get the gear right now, and then we can, for the time being, slot anything extra onto our extra crew. I think running with Amber is definitely not a bad idea. Let's try the special training, see what that is. Royal Courier. I think if we can beat this guy, he has a special token which is worth either 150 gold or 2,000 gold. Like, it is a lot more valuable than the ghost medallions. Are you a harder fight? I don't remember, but let's try and kick your ass. So you need to grind. There is no way that you wouldn't need to grind in order to get to these bosses. I'd say you'd even need to grind to get through the third zone. So yeah, so here is something interesting. So because she have raised her speed by 500%, her speed is now more than double of his. That does mean, and it can be achieved both by upping your own speed, which is like, this is ability we cannot get, unfortunately. Or it can be done by lowering their speed. There are a couple of things like crippling and stuff like that that can do that trick. That can actually mean that you can get an extra turn because you're double as fast. That is obviously harder to do if they have a full team, because then you're scaling against their combined speeds and not just like one. So now she will also do a lot of damage if she did an actual attack. I mean, she does have one more round of it, so that's not too bad, and it does mean that our wounds run at the same time now, rather than 300 and she has basically no equipment on. Is he? Are these gonna be easier? Is that what is going on? What do you bring to the table? Ooh, convoy package. This thing must be worth a lot. Is it though? Is it though? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so one convoy package is one piece of equipment. That is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie there. That is up there. Well, in that case, let's beat him again. Seeing as that's basically how to earn the money. Qa'Rajh is the fastest now. Okay. Well, no, not now, but 421. Yeah, assassins can really scale up. Without really much to it. Like, this is basically no equipment, and like, that's just pure damage output. It's really great. Yeah, this should he's done. Well, that makes at least the monetary grinding easy. The experience grinding, not so much. Like, I think the other guys give more. Yeah, they definitely give more in terms of experience, so... but this is definitely not a bad way to go about it, so let's go for you. Get you guys over on... Oh no, he already has them. Well, yeah, you probably need them more. Let's see, but a physical piercing, yeah. I mean, it's fine, it's just placeholder until I get enough money that... Ooh, that's not great. Well, we can deal with that by basically making sure that you don't do extra damage. And even without Amber there, we can still very much tank this out. Like, this guy is not particularly difficult. And the fact that he's alone, well, that obviously means that he's easier to defeat. So I don't think the assassin has any way of healing, but they do get the shielding ability, which is quite powerful in its own right. If you remember to use it, that is. Or if you have a healer on your side. I would definitely at least have one healer. I think going with, like, Qa'Rajh is basically a guardian. Like, he's not completely a guardian, but he does have some guardian-like abilities. Going with 2 healers, that's not a bad idea. Like, it definitely keeps the party alive, but it's not great for damage output. It basically relies on you being the damage dealer, which can work. It's not always a great idea, but certainly does do some wonders. So we earn 79 per, and sell it and get this boot. And this could go for, yeah, you keep it. I know I could sell it, but this is also nice. Because we are still earning experience, because he is at our level. So obviously he will go up in hit points and other stats once we go up in level. Currently though, I think it's more about just like earning enough money to get the right amount of gear and like. So I don't know if like there's nothing in the lore about the other companions. Like Qa'Rajh is a zombie like Sonny is. I don't know if that is necessarily the case with Amber, Qa'Rajh, and the other 2 that I don't remember the name of. So yes, we definitely need at least 4 levels to get that well, this might actually kill him. Yeah, because our physical damage is that high. So getting subversion is 4 levels in its own. So we have a full set for me. Though, if we were to do this again... Oof, that almost killed her. Then we can basically have the money to buy the best weapon for us. And I think that would be a good point for this video. Like, you can always do more. Up her speed, that would mean that she can survive it. And we get another turn. And he's barely, already almost dead. Good. Good. Yeah, that healing is not going to do much when she's using her speed. So obviously if you had 2 assassins, you'd have a lot of damage output, but you have to make sure that you actually survive, which is harder in the earlier levels than you might think. Suppression. No, no you do not. Well, you might, but it's not. It's not very useful in the long run. Enough to gain level? Yes. Boop. And, oh no, it's over here. And sell these and acquire destruction, which is a beefy looking sword. Like, the cannibal's hunger is definitely up there, but destruction is also not a bad weapon. So more experience, more gold. Right. Let's go for one more fight with these guys. We outspeed them. Either one of us or Amber. Well, Qa'Rajh is the fastest because he's acting first, so going to assume, well, his speed is higher because if it wasn't, then someone else would go first. So the destroyer, ooh, look at our hit points now. That is what that sword does. Because it's primarily based in the sword, actually. And the damage output does seem to follow, yes. Excuse you, are you regaining energy? No, you are not, sir. Not anymore. I mean, you can heal all you want, that's fine. That's also fine. Ooh, and because it's sundered, he will take more damage, which is good. Though I reckon one more will come his way. Yep, there it is. And then healing. No, electrobolting. And magical drift. Okay. I could break him, but that's kind of pointless, so... Qa'Rajh, would you? No, you would not. Oof, 255 though. That is a hefty chunk of damage. Could you stop? And a heal. Of course it is. You need to bleed. That's kind of pointless. I don't need the healing. I have a lot of hit points. So these are a much tougher fight for less monetary gain, but they do give more in terms of experience. So there is that. Stop healing me! I have more than 1,000 hit points. More than those 3 combined. I'm fine. You need to look at more than just a percentage. Ugh, she could be dead. You will stop with that shite. Yeah, she died. Okay. Well, so do you. Shattered for 2 rounds. Okay, that's an ass. Thank you, Qa'Rajh. Nice work. Oof, good thing that missed. Well, I mean, it gave us a chance to recover some hit points and some focus, so it's not all bad. It still is annoying, though. Bonk! Not really concerned with them, but... Ooh, not after that, no. Oh, of course you do, chicken. Well, you know what? No, why? There we go. No more healing for you. There's just you left. How about you bleed? How you like that? Oh, you don't? Well, that's a pity. Could you not? Like, could you and not? That's better. Yeah, bonk. Big old bonk in the head. Big old bonk. So is that enough for, like, what is that? 35. Okay. So you see that their level is not too far behind. Still, you need to grind quite a bit in order to get up to the point where you have not only the right amount of gear, but also the right types of abilities. Preferably access to all of them, but that's a lot of leveling. And I'll do a bit of more grinding off camera, but then I will see you in the next episode. Until then, take care.